Over the weekend, former President Donald Trump said at an event that, quote, if he becomes president, women, quote, will no longer be thinking about abortion, unquote. He uttered these words in the middle of another one of his incomprehensible rants, where he lamented about the state of women's health care, lamented that, quote, women have been through a lot, and where he claimed that things will somehow get better if he returned to office. At the risk of stating the obvious, Donald Trump has zero credibility when it comes to women's health care. And it's both ridiculous and insulting for Donald Trump to suggest women won't have to worry about abortion if he returns to the White House. Of course they will. Not 1 week ago, a report was published detailing the tragic story of a woman from Georgia who died because her state's abortion bans prevented her from receiving life-saving care. The story is equally parts heartbreaking and enraging when you read how this woman was denied proper care because she happened to live in, quote, the wrong state. Worst of all, there are undoubtedly more stories like hers out there. And make no mistake, these abortion bans are now a reality largely because of one person, Donald Trump. More than any single individual, Donald Trump is the reason women worry so much about abortion and reproductive health today. After all, it was Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans who appointed 3 ultra-conservative justices to the Supreme Court with the explicit goal of overturning Roe. It was Donald Trump who, again and again, bragged about ending protections under Roe. Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans are also the ones who cleared the path for draconian bans at the state level. And as much as they now try to deny it, Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans are the ones clamoring for the chance to pass a national abortion ban. Don't take it from me. Senator Vance, who Donald Trump chose as his running mate, said 2 years ago, quote, he would certainly like abortion to be illegal nationally. Certainly would like abortion to be illegal nationally. These were the words of Donald Trump's running mate. Statements like these give women plenty of reason to worry about Donald Trump returning to the White House. Look, when people have their rights taken away, they don't simply stop thinking about the issue. Former President Trump, that is not how it works. You can't fool people like you're trying to do. When people's rights are taken away, they start worrying about which rights will crumble next. They wonder, now that Republicans overturned Roe, what is next? Will women's pregnancies be monitored? Will drugs like mifepristone get banned? Will states start banning IVF? Now, none of this is theoretical. Many of these ideas are laid out in Donald Trump's Project 2025, and in a shocker to nobody, an overwhelming majority of Americans think the ideas of Project 2025 are toxic. Just yesterday, an NBC poll that only 4% of Americans viewed Project 2025 favorably, and more than half of Americans said they had strongly unfavorable views. The bottom line is this: Donald Trump and the hard right are the reason productive care is at its weakest point in modern history. But as Project 2025 makes clear, the MAGA right is just getting started, even though most Americans overwhelmingly reject their radical agenda. I'll yield the floor. Note the absence of a quorum.